Hey guys, it's Chris at the Alternate Recycler. Every now and again I like to throw in a short video of something I've found in a shed when cleaning out, and I picked this one up last year sometime. It's been in my shed for a while, and I like to demonstrate people's ingenuity and sort of creativity as far as making things out of what they have. Now this fits under the umbrella of Depression era furniture. It's not overly big, it's just a small chest of drawers, made very roughly, but it's typical of stuff from the Depression era. So that's sort of late 1920s to 1930. It's a bit damaged. It's very rough. I'm sure the guy that made it wasn't a professional carpenter. But it reeks of character. It's got so much history to it. It's quite sought after, actually. Out of all the furniture these days, Depression era furniture is fairly popular. It's got that really nice rustic colonial look. A lot of times people made cabinets out of old oil boxes. I'm trying to turn it around so you can have a look at the back. So they made do with what they have, or what they had at the time. Remember, they couldn't just go off to a big hardware store and buy materials. A lot of people were on the land and they simply couldn't get to a decent sort of shop anyway. Now this one, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this has been made from an early 1920s radio cabinet. It's possibly a mahogany or a cedar. It's quite split on the top. That's a relatively fresh split, I think, but that's just how I got it. And they've just made up little drawers, taken the front plate off this old, if it was a radio, and they've built little dividers in there and made up little drawers. So let's have a bit of a look at it and what they've used. And if we lift that part, you can see that it was nice finish underneath. It might have even been an oak. I don't think it's mahogany. Yeah, that does look more like an oak. And I'll take that split part off, and the rest of the top you can see is actually hinged. So it was a lid, and if it was a radio, there would have been a front panel with a couple of great big dials. These early 20s radios were very simple. And we'll take some of the drawers out. Now they're very crudely made, but again they were just using what they had, and a lot of these things are made from recycled boxes. And if we look inside, we can see some printing from the original advertising on whatever boxes they used. And I was trying to work out, and that part reminds me of Bushell's tea. They used to label their boxes in blue, and that looks like a BU in a bit of a curve. I'm not sure where the D comes in though. Now the inside of the drawers are made from other crates of some sort, and I think that one looks like it might have said sardine oil. One of them said Norway. That might be Norway. So I think a lot of sardines came out of Norway in the early days. Remember, this is probably 1930s. So it's just really cool that people recycled things and made up stuff out of what they have. So you can see some holes in the back. So if any of you guys are into old radios, you might be able to confirm that that's what it was. In fact, inside this section, we can see that those holes have got a couple of grommets there. So there possibly would have been wires go through there. As I said, it's not particularly well made. They're not dovetailed. It looks like they were a bit of a bad shot with the nails. It's really just made to serve a purpose. Certainly wouldn't have passed my woodwork teacher at high school. Whoops. There you go, the drawers. Oh, they must have been made okay. They stayed together. So yeah, I'm not sure what some of these were off. If you recognise some of it, that's obviously something brand. I'm not sure what that says. Norse. That might have been to do with the sardines. So let's have a bit more of a look. But you know, what a great upcycle. It's upcycling before upcycling was fashionable. And it would have probably been in the shed, I suppose, so there wasn't a lot of need to have it particularly neat. But it probably would have held hardware items or odds and ends in the shed when the radio obviously was no good anymore. So there you go. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I don't think I'll worry about restoring it or anything. I think I'll just clean it up. I might re-glue the top lid. Now, I think each of these drawers has to go in a certain spot. So I think I'll re-glue the lid. All the drawers are fortunately still in one piece. What did these say? I think that was off a tea chest. And that one obviously was hand addressed for someone. So they've used plywood from various crates, possibly bushels, and the radio case. So alright, I will leave you with that. Just thought I'd share. I don't know what it's worth. I can hear you asking. If I just re-glue the top lid, it becomes a useful rustic little set of drawers. I think I'd probably put about $80 or so in the shop. Without going to too much trouble. I'm not even going to really brush the dust off it. It can stay in its nice Depression era rustic look, and whoever buys it will no doubt appreciate its history, and it really doesn't matter if it's cleaned up or not. Someone may choose to restore it, but there we go. So I hope you enjoyed that. A nice little Depression era chest of drawers made from a radio case and various other boxes. The front parts, I'm not sure, they might have been the drawers off an early dressing table and they've refashioned that. And the knobs, I don't think they're cotton reels. I think they've just used like a broom handle cut down and put some big screws through them. So what a great piece. Upcycling about 100 years ago. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.